Welcome to the Rock of Rockingham here for round number 2 of the 2015 season, and I am the host of Fuel the Bandicoot, and on the front row today is Luke Martin and Jake Bassinger, and right behind them there is the other Coreweiser racing cars of Jeff James and also Nick Perkles. And the only Coreweiser racing car that is not up here is Kyle Collins. He's kind of struggled so far this season with that Coreweiser team. But Luke Martin in the number 6, he had a really bad crash over there at Daytona, and he is actually racing here today with a broken sternum and also a broken ankle as well. But he is out there and racing anyway, and he did an amazing job of qualifying, got himself on the front row. Jake Bassinger, just like Jeff James and Jesse Turner, right here in the top 5. They had good runs in the Daytona 500. That's the top 3 that finished in the Daytona 500. Then you got guys that didn't really finish too good in the Daytona 500 up here, like Nick Mace, Eric Burton, James Zorfox, guys that did not really finish very well in the Daytona 500 in their pursuit of starting off the season where they need to start off here at the Rock, right up here in the front of the field. Need to get some top 10 finishes early on in the 2015 season to work your way up the points rack. We have a lot of races left in the season, guys, so anything can happen, and it's way too early to say stuff. But Luke Martin, Jake Bassinger, some fast forward Tauruses on the front row here today. Let's get ourselves down to the starting lineup. As the field gets set here at Rockingham for 118 laps. It's one of the shortest races we have on the schedule here. Rockingham, not sure how this race is going to do. It was supposed to be Savannah, but Luke Martin driving injured here. It's going to lead us down with Jake Bassinger. Here we go. Green flag is out. Here's one driver moving his way forward here early on in the going here, Jordan Davis in the number 5. Here's some guys that really didn't even make the Daytona 500. Jordan Davis was really frustrated that he missed out in the Daytona 500. But further back here, Sean Perkins was another guy that also missed the Daytona 500. And back here is Zachary Fitzwater, who's also working his way forward. Oh boy, really close, hard racing here. Boy, Ashley May's kind of stuck in the middle there. But yeah, them guys have not made any of these races so far. And looking further back, Dylan Young, he's not made a race so far this season. He missed the Daytona 500, and he's way far back here in the rear of the field. The guys that did miss the field, though, however, was Charlie Smith made the Daytona 500. He was a part-time driver. He was not going to be in this race. And also PJ Williams, he failed to qualify in the 21 car, and also Jeffrey Lynn failed to qualify. Those were the 3 drivers that was in Daytona that is not in this race. And also there was another guy, also Zebulon Stark in the 46 Squids Racing Team failed to qualify. Zachary Fitzwater, Sean Perkins, Jordan Davis, and Perkins, Davis, Young, and Fitzwater, the 4 new guys in the field for this race. Battle going on for second position here on lap 14. Jeff James, the Daytona 500 winner, has been on a roll so far this 2015 season. James Zorfox has really kind of struggled so far this 2015 season. He's been working his way forward until that second place run right there. He hit the wall right there. And Jesse Turner, who finished second in the Daytona 500, dives right below Zorfox there. And Silverfox drops down to 4th now. And Jeff James is on search to try and chase down his teammate and boss of Luke Martin there. Martin's going to come across the line here. Where is he going to be? He's going to be at 23-19 and a 23-23. So Martin is still trying to pull the gap here on Jeff James. Here's some guys that really haven't even made much of a... didn't really do good in the Daytona 500. Nick Mace, he blew up on lap 52 while leading the race there in the Daytona 500. Not the effort he wanted there. He's 1 and 5th inside the top 5 where he needs to be. Jake Hart finished 10th in the Daytona 500. Although he was a lap down, he had a good chance to win the Daytona 500. Eric Burton and Ashley Mace right there. Mace did finish a lap down, but up there near the top of the field there. But Eric Burton, he has already slapped the wall this race, but Burton... he did not finish where he really wanted to be. He was a lap down, very far down in the early stages of the race. He could not recover. But Burton right now doing a good job here early on in the going. Rookie Cooper Cyron here taking on the Rock here. The Rock is very tough to tame here. It's kind of hard to drive. But this is exactly what you're trying to avoid here at Rockingham. Right underneath him there, Malik Nevins got him arrow loose, I think, right there. But Cooper Cyron kind of overdrove the turn and hit the wall. That's what a lot of people have been doing this speed weeks. Even the veteran Noah Hart on the bottom side ended up hitting the wall as well. But Cooper Cyron would lose 2 positions right there because of it. Ashley Mace going for the 7th position on Eric Burton now. One of the Mace cars up here. The next Mace car is Nick Mace. Ashley Mace is there. Then it's Vince Allen, and also further back, Jordan Davis is right there around 15th position. So the Mace cars are doing pretty well here to run up near the front of the field here. I love Ashley's Pennzoil car here. She has Nap on the scheme here later on this season. First lap car of the race here would be Sky Commons, a car that barely made it into the race here. You barely beat Jeffrey Lynn, the Allen family car, for this race here. Jeffrey Lynn, the pole sitter last round in Daytona, barely missed out in this race here. Sky Commons, who's running around last right now, barely got in. But Jeff James in second, trying to get it right around Sky Commons here. Sky gets him the better groove there. And right around on the bottom there. But Luke Martin continuing to lead the way. Here's one guy that I'm really surprised is running pretty terrible this race. Sean Perkins has not found the handling on that race car for this race. After this race, though, we do go... oh, we're in front of him, and that's Richard Johnson in the 20. Goes right around there on the bottom side and racing it back to the finish line. He barely beat Luke Martin to stay on the lead lap there. Wow, did you guys see that? He went across the finish line at the perfect time there when the caution came out. So Johnson, I think the officials are going to give him, yep, he's going to give him his lap back. That was very close there for Richard Johnson to stay on the lead lap. Here it is, racing for the 28th position. Jordan Davis had really fell back, though, there, and hit the wall right there. Did Richard Johnson. Matt DeLeo hit him there as well. And spinning right around with Richard Johnson. He got it right back going. Johnson, here he is right here. He's going to barely beat him back the line right there to get his lap back. What a job. Pit road is a busy place down there. Maybe we'll have better pit road stuff here today. Boy, Andreas Allen and Kyle Collins. Oh, boy, Andreas Allen had a good run going for him there. He was running inside the top 15. And they're right now taking tires on Ryan Acosta's Monster Energy car. But Andreas is trying to get back to his pits, and man... and he's going to have another bad race here. Andreas Allen, not what he wanted to do to start off his season here. 2 bad races in a row, maybe. And some guys are still taking long pit stops trying to repair their cars there. Bassinger took a long time to get out of the pit road there. So did Nick Perkles. But the loser out of this was Andreas Allen. So they're going to treat Andreas Allen the same way they treated... him at Daytona. They held him for a lap there, and he's 1 lap down. But pace car is back in. I don't know how these guys are a lap down. I think they pitted before the scheduled stops or something right there, and they got somehow a lap down there. So Perkins, Commons, I knew Commons was already a lap down. Charles Sanford and Richard Johnson and Hunter Davis are all a lap down. Boy, James Sorfox nearly got in the back bumper of Nick Mace there. The leader is Luke Martin there, driving injured for this race, and he leads the way here, but lap traffic may play in the role here. Boy, look at the lap cars getting in the way there. Boy, they're really close. That was really hard racing there. Jeff James trying to keep himself close to his teammate there. Oh boy, look at them. Martin walked up the racetrack. Here comes Jeff James down the inside. New race leader may be at the finish line here. Martin leads that lap, but into turn number 1, Jeff James Binks out in front with the advantage there. Dylan Young's also a lap down there. But new race leader, and it goes to Jeff James. The Daytona 500 winner from last weekend is leading the race now. Boy, and Martin just hit the wall there. Here comes Silver Fox in the number 28 car down the inside here. And also Jacob Hart got held up on the top side by Martin. And Jeff James is kind of getting held up by lap traffic. Silver Fox right there against Stephen Jenkins there. Ashley Mace and Nick Mace right there rubbing up against each other there. Ryan Acosta was a real good advantage in pit stops there. He gained a lot, but Martin continuing to hit the wall. Jesse Turner and Jacob Hart go right by him. And on the inside, Matt DeLeo a lap down. All these other guys are a lap down, but Louviere's doing a good job. Martin beating and banging on them guys there. Wow. All these guys are a lap down. Here comes Louviere down the inside of Luke Martin. Martin has led most of this race so far. And he keeps dropping positions, and a wreck up in front of him there. That's Dylan Young, and he gets tipped over there. Dylan Young barrel rolling down the front straightaway. He's upside down. Dom Capps is involved in it. Sliding on his roof, Dylan Young in the Swagger Motorsports car who missed the Daytona 500 lap down car got tipped over here in turn number 1. Just lap cars racing hard here. Michael White and Dylan Young racing really hard along with Costa lap car, a lead lap car right there in the mix. Matt DeLeo runs right into the 23 car. Look at the barrel roll there. Stephen Pollard III also got a piece of it. The other Monster Energy car was in that one as well. And he also went around and hit the wall there, so did Dom Capps there. But boy, oh boy, that was a wild ride there for Dylan Young. Remember, after this race, though, we go into the top 35 in owners points, and we'll start recording qualifiers for the guys outside the top 35 to qualify their way in. This one did not get recorded, but Dylan Young, 2 bad races in a row. Well, actually, 1 bad race, and missing the first one is not going to help him at all. Getting ready to start here. Jeff James, the Daytona 500 winner. He won everything there was to win in everything he attempted in the Daytona Speed Weeks. He won his qualifying session in group qualifying. He won his duel, and he won the 500. He's trying to win the second race in a row. This has happened multiple times in the series where the Daytona 500 winner went on to win round 2. And the last time a driver won Daytona, then went out and won Rockingham the next weekend, which was back-to-back, was the inaugural season where Jackson Braun won the Daytona 500, and he also won the Rockingham race. But Silver Fox, who was sorted a second right there on the restart, he hit the wall off turns 4. There's Nick Mason, Ryan Acosta, Ashley Mace. They saved that shit. And boy, oh boy, there's a big wreck in the back there. Sky Collins was in that as well. And so was Jordan Davis, who had missed last race. And Vince Allen went over the wall. Huge wreck here on lap 42 here. Watch this. This was further back. 42 here. Bam! Right there by Sky Collins. And look at the air Vince Allen takes. Boy, that was a wild ride. Sky Collins took a heavy hit in the 424. 5 car kept up going there, but boy, oh boy, that was a wild ride, and Vince Allen kept on going. But man, look at this crazy save here. Ryan Acosta, Ashley Mace, Nick Mace, they saved it. And in the further back, Nick Mace can see his driver in his car barrel rolling sky high. Well, after pit stops right there, Cody Lamas did not pit. Jeff James did, and was first off the pits. Cody Lamas, the rookie, will lead us down the green flag here. Cody Lamas, Jeff James, and Luke Martin are the only guys to lead a lap so far this race here. 3 guys, and here we go. Back and underway of racing. Boy, they're really close again. 4 wide. There's Jacob Hart. Jacob Hart, Jesse Turner. Up in the wall there. Cautions, breed cautions. There's Trek Togger slamming right into Jesse Turner there. And if I'm not mistaken, I think that Togger and Turner was the guys that wrecked in the Daytona incident early in the race. I know Silver Fox is in that one there, but Cody Lamas still leads here. Well, let's try this again right here. Cody Lamas is going to lead us down. Jeff James in second. Jake Bassinger, third in the Daytona 500, is third right now. Nick Mace with that incredible save with his sister there. Right there, 4th and 5th right there. And then there's Jordan Newman in 6th. Cooper Cyron has worked his way up to 7th. 8th place is Nick Perkles. 9th right there is DJ Curtis. There's Stephen Plar the 3rd. Another incident there. Boy, right there, just Kyle Collins lap cars are racing too aggressive there. And Kyle Collins, the guy that hasn't really been doing the best over there for Coreweiser so far for the first 2 races there, turned Stephen Pollard around. 3rd time's the charm, right? Alright, the 3rd time restarting this race again. Jeff James leads. He did get around Cody Lamas coming back to the start-finish line. Him and Jake Bassinger both did with the lap cars getting in the way here. Maybe the lap cars will be good with us, but boy, they're racing really hard here. Maybe they'll get around. Maybe we can keep it green. Look at Ashley Mace on the bottom side here. Lap cars getting in the way. Jeff James, Jake Bassinger up top. And Ashley Mace here on the bottom side. Down low. And new race leader, it's the number 25 Chevrolet. And there goes Luke Martin and Jeff James there. Big wreck in the back there. A lot of cars are wrecking in the back there. But racing back to the start-finish line, Ashley Mace from Mace Enterprises is going to lead the first lap of her for the season here. For her. Here it is right here. We're going to slow-mo it a little bit. Jeff James, is going to get into Hunter Davis. And down the track into Jordan Newman, there is Luke Martin, driving injured there, running in 5th right there, trying to recover after losing the lead early. And Jeff James right there just kind of misjudged it with the lap car, Hunter Davis there, and went around. And also the 31 came down the racetrack here into a big hit in the wall there, as long with Cody Lamas there. And I think Nick Mace got a piece of it there as well. And there's Lamas spinning down the infield there. Yeah, Nick Mace got tumbled right there with Cody Lamas. There's Jeff James. I think maybe there's there's Jesse Turner and Jordan Fisher down the inside there. And also Togger got a piece of it. Well, after doing really good here in this race and dominating Daytona, Jeff James, his luck runs out. Nick Mace has ran inside the top 10 all race, but it's not going to be good for him today. Richard Johnson was at the very tail end of this right here, but watch how him and Malik Nevins get by this wreck. Woo, boy, barely squeaking by Michael White in the 50 there. It's been a long time since Ashley Mace has went to victory lane, and right now, well, not a long time, but it's been since season 17 and season 19, and since the last time she won for Mace Enterprises, season 10 was the last time Ashley Mace went to victory lane for Mace Enterprises, and you know she wants to go back to victory lane for her own organization there. And she leads the way right now. Lap cars have been in the way so far this race here. Jake Bassinger ducks low of her, and Bassinger will be the 5th different leader of this race in the 97 Cheez-Its Ford. I'm actually really surprised that Nick Perkles isn't even on the lead lap, and that's where he is. Nick Perkles has really done good with Coreweiser so far at the start of the season, and this is going to be a good start for him for this 2015 season here as he tries to chase down Jake Bassinger in 4th place right there. Noah Hart, I'm not even sure where Noah Hart came from. He was in the very, very far back of this field at the start of the race here, down in the 30s, and now he's in 4th. 5th place is Cooper Cyron, who's not done much good. James Shelley, right there in the 12 car, did not do really well in the Daytona 500, but James Shelley, he's kept that car clean all race. And see the right side of that car, he has not hit the wall, the chassis has not been out. And James Shelley has raced really clean this race. And just like Sean Harple, the other Sums Racing car, they're doing insanely well. I just expected them guys to try and get top 20 finishes. And look at them, they're trying to upset here and get top 10 finishes here. And trying to run down Noah Hart for the top 5 position. Jordan Davis slowly climbing his way back up the ladder here. Ryan Acosta in 8th. Eric Burton around where he's been all race. And 10th is Stephen Jenkins for the Raven West car there. And James Starfox in 11th. Harpool, like we said, did really well in Daytona. He's doing well here. That'll be a good start for the season here. If you look at this front four right here, these are guys you want to look out for this season. Turner Fenway Racing, that is a fast team. Corweiser Racing, that is a fast team. Mace Enterprises, that is a fast team. Horizon Group, that is a fast team. Also, Fuel Brothers Racing is a fast team. 5 teams right there in the top 5. Top 5 different race teams in the top 5 there. And they are all really quick cars for this season. And threats to win the races and threats to win the championship. Jake Bassinger, 3rd in Daytona. 1st here would mean a pretty much the guaranteed walking into next round as the points leader. And Jake Bassinger, season 15 championship, going after title number 2 for this season. Nick Perkles knows for this season he's got a good chance to try and win his first ever championship of the Sony Cup Series. Ashley Mace right there has always been threats for the title. Her last time threatening for the title, season 10. Cooper Cyron, he's got a good chance to be like one of the rookie upsets for the titles. Remember Jordan Davis, Sean Perkins, Eric Burton? They all won the championship in their rookie season. Cooper Cyron's got a chance to do that as well. Right here on lap 74, going on lap 75. Battle for 3rd place here. Cooper Cyron got right on the back bumper of Ashley Mace. She kind of skid up the racetrack there. And Ashley Mace is going to battle right here with Cooper Cyron. And it looks like maybe Cooper might get it off turn number 2 here. And Cooper Cyron, the rookie, edges right past the Mace car there. And Horizon Group takes over the 3rd spot. Battle right here on lap 80 right here. Again, Ashley Mace ducks underneath Cooper Cyron. This is going to allow right there these front 2 to get away. Nick Perkles is not allowing Jake Bassinger to get away too easily there. Right here across the finish line here. A 23.60 and a 23.58. Nick Perkles is just a tad quicker than Jake Bassinger. And right here with nearly about 30 laps of racing to go here. I think it is about 30. Yeah, about 30 laps of racing to go here. Nick Perkles is not allowing Jake Bassinger to get away too easy. Jordan Davis has got a really bad, ill-handling race car here. He slapped a wall a lot of times, and Eric Burton just got past him, and Silver Fox just now ducking low of him here in the Yamp car. That's his own boss right there, Silver Fox right there. Not Silver Fox, but Silver Fox's boss right there in front of him, Davis. Silver Fox is working on Davis there, but Davis is not giving up too easily there. After missing the Daytona 500, this is a run that Davis really needs right here. Further back, Cyron and Mace continue to battle here, but we've gotten word that Bassinger's car has gotten really tight, and you can see it in that turn there. Bassinger is really being able to push up here. Jake Bassinger has never won a recorded YouTube race here. He won at Hartlepool, but it was never actually published on YouTube. Was not able to be published there. He hugged the inside really hard in turn 3 and 4. But watch him here. He may slide up the racetrack there. Yes, he is just a tad bit. And you see right there where Perkles is able to get back to the gas a lot quicker than Bassinger here. And now Perkles down right here on the back bumper. He's trying to win his first ever Sony Cup Series race. And Perkles has been in the Sony Cup Series since season 11. He's been in the series since like 8 seasons now. And here he comes. Battle for the lead here. Nick Perkles down the inside for Corweiser Racing and Turner Fenway side by side, just like last season, not last season, just like last race. Corweiser and Turner Fenway battling for the win here, but just 2 different teammates here. And look at there, Perkles overdrove the turn, and he may hit the wall, but boy, that was close. He nearly hit the wall there, but Bassinger retakes the lead. Perkles is there. He's right there. They're skating around this racetrack, though. Look at that. Perkles really sliding the car there. And Bassinger was able to get on the gas a lot quicker than Perkles off the turn there. I'm not sure if he'll be able to get back off the... I'm not sure if who will be able to get back on the throttle better than who here. That's what's going to be the deciding factor of this race here. Who can get back to the throttle quicker than the other driver there for the better momentum there. But Bassinger is actually in his own zip code here, pulling the gap here, but let's see here. Coming to start-finish line here. A 23.99, a 24.09, 1/10 quicker there. And these guys are not that much quicker. They're actually slower than Bassinger, but they're going to run up on lap traffic here. Turner is going to move over for Bassinger here, teammate here, trying to help him out to get him in the win here for the first win for Turner Fenway there. But Zachary Fitzwater really held up the 11 car there of Nick Perkles there. And Jake Bassinger is just trying to hold off here for his first recorded win. Right there, which would be his second career win. But Nick Perkles, you know, he wants his first ever career win. He's been in series for a long time. He just wants to win, and he might not be able to get it here. Turner may play a role here and holding up the 11 car here, Perkles. Somehow, Ashley Mace came out of nowhere here, and she's into the picture here, right on the back bumper of Perkles. And threading for that second spot there, Mace Enterprises. Down low of the Corweiser car of Perkles, Ashley Mace. Right there in the number 25, trying to get her 5th career Sony Cup Series victory. Not many people have won over 5 or more Sony Cup Series races. She's got 4 career wins in her career. And she goes right by Perkles, and his car is kind of falling off now. Perkles is really sliding the car around, and Bassinger is still reporting that he's very tight, but he's able to keep it going. Bassinger may have lap traffic to deal with here at the end of this race. Nick Perkles did get by Ashley Mace again, and Mace is going to maybe fall back into the clutches of Cooper Cyron there. Noah Hart's holding 5th place, very good there, but Bassinger, I don't know if he gets held up by these lap cars right here. Nick Perkles may be able to run him back down. Class act of some champions right there. Jordan Newman and Richard Johnson moving over for Bassinger right there. Henry Kavanaugh should have been a champion last season, but it was Jordan Newman. But here we are here. Henry Kavanaugh is probably going to give Bassinger all the room in the world here to pass. And just shows the class of these Sony Cup Series drivers here to give them room here. Henry Kavanaugh not giving him the most room there, but it still gives him enough room to go on by there. Bassinger right there, one of the drivers that's been around for a long time. I think he started the series in Season 8. And Jake Bassinger took him all the way till Season 17 to win a, maybe, was it Season 17? Yeah, it was, I think. Might have been, yeah, it was Season 17. Bassinger won at Hartlepool in Season 17. And, well, that race was not really recorded to where Bassinger would have liked it to have been recorded. So we kind of seen his first ever victory. But he might get a second career victory here today recorded where you can actually see it here. Unless a caution comes out here late in the going here. But Bassinger, he's got no threats from right here of Nick Perkles, who's in second. He's pretty far back, about a second and a half here. And Bassinger looks like he's going to come out with a win here. You know Nick Perkles really wants this win badly. He wants to get up there and win, but he can't because Bassinger's way up there and he's holding his own there. Nick Perkles has been driving his heart out here this race here. Kyle Collins is not giving him the best of room there. That's his teammate of all matters there. Figured his teammate would give him more room than any of the other drivers there, but Perkles really driving his car hard here. He's sliding around the racetrack, and I don't think it's going to be for him today. Coming around to the white flag here, Jake Bassinger. After taking the lead late in the race here, Jake Bassinger's just been his own little zip code here, trying to get Turner Fenway its first win of the 2015 season here, showing that this team is capable of winning a championship and some wins here. Bassinger coming off winning, not winning, but being third in the Daytona 500, and now is coming around to take his first win of the 2015 season. He's going to take over the points lead as well. Jake Bassinger, second career victory win for him here today in his first win of 2015. Jake Bassinger is going to wheel at Cheez-It number 4 Taurus in the victory lane here today at Rockingham here. Took the lead late in the race here and never looked back. I mean, Nick Perkles really gave him a shot there and battled him there for that win there, but it's all Jake Bassinger's here today. For Turner Fenway, the team that finished second and third in the Daytona 500, and now Bassinger finished third in the 500, is going to come out with the win here today. And he's also going to take over the points lead. And also, when you check the points list after this race, we will do qualifying for guys out from 36 lower in the point standings. Those are the guys that will have to qualify their way in on time. We're using the top 35 rule, and we will record qualifying sessions for the weekends now as well, and show you who is in and who is out for the races and all that. So it'll be qualifying sessions to qualify your way in, and if you are below 35th, then you have to qualify your way in on time. But if you're in the top 35, you're locked in, and that's all that NASCAR stuff that we are putting in the Sony Cup Series. And anyways, congratulations to Jake Bass here on the win here today at Rockingham. Let's get you to our finishing results and standings after round 2.